All right, I am here with David Azizi of the Law Offices of David Azizi, and we're going to discuss something that it's a little unusual, but it's probably happened somewhere in the country over the last several years, and that's a situation in which a emergency vehicle, whether it be a police officer or a firefighter or an ambulance driver, when they are needed at a specific area, they need to get there quickly. So a lot of times they just drop everything and take off. Well, they really need to press their siren first to make sure people get out of the intersection or people see. And unfortunately, sometimes there's a failure of that, and they may just flip on their lights, but that could cause an accident, especially in a major intersection. I think we've all been at a major intersection when a ambulance comes through or a police car comes through, and if they don't have their sirens on, that could lead to a big problem. So, David, in that type of situation, can that driver be negligent for not turning on their siren?
Well, it's a case-by-case type situation in these kind of police officers' failure to turn on their sirens and lights or other emergency vehicles. What I would suggest is to have the person who was involved in such a type of accident to contact us, because a lot of times what's really crucial and important is for us to get involved early on, because there's witnesses who are obviously are witnesses to this particular incident, who are able to see that, for example, like you said, before I get there, the purpose of these sirens and lights are to provide advanced warnings to other drivers that are going through an intersection on a green light, and the officer has the right of way to go through these intersections if they have their sirens and lights to provide advanced warning to people so they can come to a stop and allow the officer to go through the intersection. So if you have a circumstance where, for example, right before the officer is about to enter the intersection, he decides, okay, I'm going to turn on my sirens and lights and proceed through the intersection, and there's another vehicle going the opposite direction which has the green light and is already in momentum and is already attempting to go and has no warning or no knowledge that this officer is about to come through with sirens and lights, and that officer causes the accident, I would argue 100% that that officer is at fault for causing that accident, because the vehicle codes that are relevant to these type of situations, although it does give them immunity if they're in a pursuit, and that's the key. One of the things is that if they are actually in pursuit of some police business and they do have their lights and sirens on, but even then there's another code section which you'll put all those for everybody's review that states specifically that they still have to be driving safely to make sure others are not injured as a result of an accident. So argument would be, is a second or two before entering an intersection, turning on your lights and sirens and still going through the intersection, being in safe operation of your vehicle with regards to other drivers? I would say no. But again, it's a case-by-case situation. I would say if you've been involved in such an accident, please give us a call and we'll be happy to look over your case and tell you if there's a claim that you could pursue. And again, like I've said before, because they're government entities, you've got to be careful. You don't have 2 years of statute of limitations to pursue it. You got to file a claim within 6 months, otherwise you lose your right and you can't be able to pursue any more claims.
Absolutely, and as David mentioned, there will be information below the YouTube video, including the different sections and codes of the law, and there will be a resource that will explain all of this in even greater detail. And if you do have any questions about this type of situation, please feel free to contact the law offices of David Azizi. The phone number will be both above and below in the YouTube information. Thank you for your time, David.
All right, thank you.